Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Monday, October 28, 2019. My name is Nick Santiago. Thank you all for tuning in this morning. All right, today we have the S&P 500 E-mini futures trading higher by nearly 11 points to 30 and 3/4 per contract. So it's a pretty powerful move this morning before the opening bell. Markets are pushing higher. We'll see where they go. We are testing new all-time highs now in the futures. So again, it'll be very, very interesting to see the close this week. Also to see the type of action we get with lots of earnings still pouring in. So let's get started in the charts. First chart we're going to look at today is going to be Microsoft. Stock right now is trading at 144.50. Looks like the stock is up on some news that they received a $10 billion Department of Defense contract for cloud computing. So the stock is catching a big bid. If you take a look at the daily chart, stock's been in a very tight range, now finally getting out and breaking out of that 142 pivot high range. So Microsoft into uncharted territory, new all-time highs there. Stock in the pre-market here did trade as high, I believe, as 145.70, now backing off at 144.50. So we'll see what that does once the opening bell rings. Right now, not much to do there. If you own it, trail the stop loss. If you don't own it, just leave it alone. Next up, let's take a look at WBA, which is Walgreens Boots Alliance, better known as just Walgreens. Stock right now is trading at $55.92, closed at $55.42. So all in all, when I look at Walgreens right now, it's hanging in there. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt. It traded up, you can see here in the pre-market, as high as 56.57. So again, maybe it could get back there at some point later today. I really don't see the stock getting much past the 58.25 level. If it did rally right now, it's just up, maybe 50 cents from where it closed on Friday. So we don't want to make too much out of it. Anytime you look at Walgreens, you also want to watch CVS. CVS trickling up a little bit as well. That's trading at $65.37, closed at $65.10. Next up, I want to take a look at AT&T. They reported earnings as well. Stock right now is hanging in there pretty good. Closed at $36.91, now trading at $37.77. Remember, AT&T does have an activist investor in there, and the market does seem to like that, at least for now. So we'll see how that shakes out, but AT&T reacting well to earnings that were not so great, but they had other news going on today. So again, that did help the stock out a little bit. So keep that on the radar. I still think AT&T wants to go to the $40 level. So again, it's on its way there. If you own it, trail the stop loss. Not much you could do there. Looks like we got a big move in Tiffany today. Tiffany today receiving a bid by LVMH for $120 a share. That stock is really soaring and roaring. You can see the big gap up, now trading at $130.50. If you own this, I would trail the stop loss immediately or take it off the table. I don't think anybody's going to pay much more for it than this, but that's a dynamite move on a takeover bid for Tiffany. And again, just a monster move. So trail the stop loss or take it off the table if you own it. If you don't own it, I would not do a thing up here at this level. Next up, let's take a look at Spotify, SPOT. That stock is trading at $129.78, closed at $120.69. I think this stalls out around this level, $131.50, but it did get there in the pre-market, so it could go a little higher. Then you're going to look at $137. If you take a look at the daily chart here, that's going to be right into these moving averages. That should be a little bit of wall of resistance. So again, we'll keep that on the radar, but that's a lot of resistance in play around 137. Nonetheless, Spotify, good little pop this morning on the back of earnings. Let's take a look at Cooper Tire. CTB is the ticker symbol here. This stock right now is trading at $30.24. It closed at $28.80. When I look at the name, it can still go higher. So when I worked out maximum moves, just go to $32.50. So if you own it, trail the stop loss. And I don't think it's going to get there right away, but it can get there. So again, I would trail the stop loss immediately just in case you do get some kind of a reversal. Let's take a look at HSBC. This stock today trading at $38.03, closed at $39.52. So HSBC right now under a little bit of pressure today. Not a ton. Was a little bit worse earlier, but it is definitely under a little bit of pressure. I am seeing some support around $36.60. So keep that on the radar. That's just a little intraday level, $36.60. We'll see if that does get tested at some point today. Next up, let's take a look at Checkpoint. That's ticker symbol CHKP. And this stock right now trading at around 107. This closed on Friday at 108.29. I believe this is on the back of earnings. There's definitely some support at 106 that's been defended, but really until this gets down to 101 to 100, I don't see a whole lot here. So be a little bit careful with CHKP Checkpoint, and we'll see how that plays out a little bit later. All right, let's get over now to the gold market. Gold futures today trading lower by $4.75. So if I pull up my gold futures chart, you'll see that started to roll over a bit as the futures move higher. And then we have crude oil today just down 5 cents at the moment, so no big deal there. Take a look at crude. It's pretty flat overall, and we'll give crude oil the benefit of the doubt anytime we see that trading out flat. Where's the crude chart? Here we go. So crude oil upticking a little bit, but flat on the day, so we're not going to make too much out of it there. We'll see how it plays out. Once again, if you have not done so, come on over. Check out the live trading room. We're having a dynamite 2019. We're going to look to keep that going really right into the end of the year. With that being said, everybody, have a great trading day, and we'll see you a little bit later on the charts.